Mamba Day. Tense, sir, you mind muting your Okay, you guys calm down. Welcome to our game plans. This is week number 3, August 24th to August 28th. We're still factoring. What's our learning goal? Students will be able to understand factoring on an interactive note-taking guide. There's our Common Core standard. We should be able to write quadratics. Right now we're focusing on standard form. What's our agenda today? I'm going over the game plan and announcements. Let's talk about your first assignments. Those were due yesterday. If you have not turned in your late assignments, in my class, I am allowing you to turn in assignments for full credit late, but you need to fill out this late work. What is the late work for distance learning? You find a news article on the coronavirus. You write one paragraph of what the article is about, summarizing it, your thoughts about the article, and then you need to connect that article to math. So that is to dissuade you not to turn in late work. Today we'll be talking about week number 3 at a glance. And here's some big news. And you can put in the chat there, hurrah or yay. Last Friday's quiz, I'm counting as practice. I am not counting it against you. Okay? Ben is excited. The reason why we use Edulastic, and out of the 120 students that I sent out the quiz to, only 80 came back and had it finished. Also, the percentage correct range from one class had 50% correct to a maximum score of 70. One class had 75% of the students were averaging 75% correct. Okay, so we're actually going to go over that quiz today in class to get some more review. Wednesday is going to be your real quiz, I call it. Quiz number 1B. It's going to be real. It's going to count for your grade. Okay. Now, some students were honest and saying, Mr. Ng, I don't understand how to do this math. Well, how do you know how to do it? You need to do worksheets 1 through 4. They actually teach you how to factor. And because of that, I also postponed when your worksheets were due. They were supposed to be due yesterday, but I'm going to extend it until Wednesday. So a good way of being in a good place is having worksheets 1 to 4 done by tomorrow. And then I'm also going to assign you guys more work today. Remember, every Tuesday and Thursday, you guys have your asynchronous attendance. I will put a link on the Schoology updates, and all you have to do is fill out that form by 2 p.m. If you do not, I'm going to have to mark you absent. How do I use that? I have all your names and little check marks for attendance, and I'm going to count them up and give you participation points for every 3 weeks or so. Also tomorrow, join us. If you have these slides open, you can actually click on that word Google Meets, and it'll bring you to my Google Meet. So you can ask questions, anything pertaining to your grade. If you need help walking through some assignments, we can do that as well. Again, use the chat to write questions for the class. Friday, I also showed you this, or gave you a link to this video. It's actually mislabeled. How do you connect Schoology to Google Drive? So your Google Drive. So if you have assignments in there and you want to somehow communicate that to the teacher, there's a video there. And then how do you turn in an assignment through Schoology? This is a different teacher showing you step by step from a student's perspective actually how to turn in assignments. Don't forget these wonderful campus wear. Remember, office hours are tomorrow, every Tuesdays and Thursdays. Remember this one pager. If you're a brand new student, let's just say this is your first day of class, you can click on this word one pager and it'll bring you here. This is the Different Learning Management Systems. You're in Integrated Math 3. You can click on your Schoology page, which you're already here because you got to this conference. If you need a link to your syllabus, or this one down here, pacing, will lead you to all of my weeks organized. So we're in currently week number 3. Let's talk about some of the assignments that I've already assigned. I've already assigned week number 1 these assignments, and those should have been done yesterday. Last week, I assigned the factoring packet worksheets 1 through 4. Those were due yesterday, but then I extended your deadline. They are now due by Wednesday, this coming Wednesday by 3 p.m. And you should have those done because it's going to help you for the quiz. Here are 3 common mistakes that I've seen students who have turned it in. Okay, there's about 30 students who have received full credit. Number 1, students are only turning in partial parts of the packet, meaning they might turn in worksheet number 1. Okay, pretend you're in class and it's Wednesday. I say, pass forward your factoring packets. You'll have 4 worksheets attached. Therefore, when you're turning in your factoring packet, there should be about at least 4 assignments. Most students are taking pictures of the front and back. That's 2. And then worksheet number 2, then 3 and 4, both all have front and backs. So you're turning in like 8 pictures. A lot of successful students are actually just putting them in Google Documents and slides. That way, when I click on it, it's either a link or the pictures are uploaded and I can see all of those. And then this week, I'm going to be assigning you more factoring practice, worksheets 5, 6, 7, and 8. Also, common mistake for worksheets 3 and 4 are your quiz and test corrections. Let me show those to you. Let me see how I can do that. Cast my screen, pick screen 1, share. Okay, so if you click on worksheets 5, 6, 7, and 8, and you scroll down there, it looks exactly the same. You can click on this and it'll explain to you quiz and test corrections. And I'll show you a real student example. But basically, for every problem on the old quizzes and tests, so some students are confused, like, what do you mean quizzes and tests? I just used my old quizzes and tests and made it a worksheet. That's why they're called worksheets 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's just click on worksheet number 5. All right, so here is worksheet number, Here is worksheet number 5. And there in the yellow, you can see I gave you some hints for each of the worksheets. She, meaning Nancy, pasted her pictures into one Google document / slide. So you can actually click on there and you can actually see Nancy's example from last year. And there's that video I already showed you, kind of how to turn assignments through Schoology. And then I want to show you, let's try that again, Nicole's example. Let's try it again. Okay, in Nicole's example, you can see that she graded herself. Let's just say I pass out for you guys, this is a worksheet. But for Nicole, back in last year, she took this chapter 2 test, she took it, she got it graded, and I passed it back to her, and then she did something called quiz and test corrections. So what I'm trying to emphasize right now is quiz and test corrections. You watch the video, and Nicole's correcting herself. So she got that question correct, that question correct. In question number 3, she got it wrong, and she's writing a complete sentence of what she did wrong, and she's redoing the math based on what I've taught her. Okay, so that is how you do quiz and test corrections. This is specifically for worksheets 3 all the way up to 8, because you're gonna like take it. Remember, I've taken old quizzes and tests and made them worksheets for you, and then you're going to basically correct yourself. All right, I'm almost finished, and I'll go to those questions. Let's see. Let's go back to the conference and stop sharing. Okay. So this week I'm assigning you worksheets 5, 6, 7, and 8. And once you open the slides, the Google Slides in your share notes, you can actually just click on this and it'll bring it to you to those worksheets that you need. We're doing the same thing. We're just focusing on factoring polynomials. And this one, week at a glance, is just to help pace yourself. So you don't need to do worksheet number 5 today. It's just to help you so you don't have to do like 5 worksheets in one day. Okay? So you might want to pace yourself. 5, 6. If you can get all of the worksheets done before you take the quiz on Wednesday, a real quiz, that might help you have enough practice so you can feel confident. Okay? For the students who didn't feel confident last Friday, most likely you didn't finish the worksheets. It was really rare that a student told me that I didn't feel confident and they didn't finish the worksheets. And that's it for now. So I'm going to go to some questions.